Hey guys, welcome back to the Norse Pantheon. I know it's been a while. I've started this back up. I have a new format, new layout, and of course all the links to this will be listed below. The picture links will be listed below where I got them from. A lot of them were from Google Image, but another one was from a graphic site, which I will list. Also, I will list the music and the record company that did it. I will not be using music, only for the intro music. So anyhow, I will be quiet during the titles, alternative names, and spellings. Anyhow, God Heimdall, I'm sorry for the mispronunciation, is the last son of defense for Asgard. And he is very important in the ways that you will see. We will talk more about him at the very end. Anyhow, here is God Heimdall. Guardian of the gods. God of gods. God of wisdom. God of the nine realms. God of the rainbow. God of the night watchman. God of protectors. God of the sky. God of youth. Sacred animals. Horses. Lambs. His sacred colors are red, silver, yellow. His sacred Sabbath is Samhain. Associated planet, Earth. Representations, herbs and incense, mothers, his father is God Odin, Okay guys, now since we got all that over with, I am actually going to start the story now. Now since I am not very good with Norse mythology, and I have read up a little bit on it, so no one knows it all. If you know more, please let me know. I will not be offended. I always appreciate more information. Anyhow, God Heimdall, like I said, my pronunciations may be bad, is actually an important god. Like I said, he's not the last line of defense. I meant that he is the first line of defense. He can actually see stuff like universes away. He sees all the universes, all the nine realms. He can zoom in to a planet and actually see the grass grow. That is how good his vision is. Also, he knows, if I'm correct or wrong, I could be wrong, he knows when the end of the world is coming. That is when the ice giants invade, and that is called Redneck. I can't pronounce it because it has an R and a W in it. But basically, that's the end times for the Norse. It means if they do come, if you follow the Norse religion and believe in them, is the end of the world will come when the ice giants enter this realm and destroy Asgard. and Heimdall will be the first line of defense against them. He blows his horn that you saw there. I cannot pronounce that horn. And he will blow it, and that will signal the rest of the gods. You will be able to hear that horn in all 9 realms. And this horn will alert all the gods that the ice giants are invading. And that is when they have their ultimate battle. He is a very unique god. Unfortunately, I cannot find many pictures about him. All it was off of the movie Thor. For some reason, he is plastered everywhere in that god movie. My personally, I really like him. I mean, he's a god of like wisdom, the rainbow, the rainbow bridge, of course. But he's also a guardian of a lot of people. If you think about it, he's guardian of the gods. That's a very high position to have. I don't know if that would be to say god of, but I would say it is. God of night watchmen and protectors. So he's basically overall a god of protection. He protects those that do protection. We're talking about law enforcement, the military, any kind of job that you protect people in. He would be with you. The sky. I mean, that's pretty good. And youth. Like, if you need him for something, you can ask him for help with youth. If you're a young person and you follow the Norse mythology, he is the god of youth. His sacred animals that we saw here, which really didn't really surprise me. And the ram, of course, would think you always relate the ram to the Norse because of the helmet. Sacred colors that I didn't really say anything now because I was basically letting it say for itself. The element of fire, which makes sense that it is related to Samhain, because Samhain is actually, the generation of it is actually associated with fire. And his element being that of fire would make sense. And of course his association to Earth, which would make really good sense because he is basically, that's his main planet that he guards. I mean, he guards all the 9 realms, but mainly Asgard, and looks after planet Earth a lot. As I can tell you, he can zoom in with his eye and actually see the grass grow. That is how good a vision he has on Earth. So basically, you can say that how people say someone's always watching over you. He basically is. Just imagine being able to watch over like 9 realms, like every freaking one. It's unbelievable. Like his wisdom, of course, and his sight combined. And the tools that he used. Like, he's known for his sword and his horn. And what's interesting about his mother is he actually had mothers. They were barrow maids, because Odin, I'm not quite sure on the story as of, but Odin actually did some. I'm sorry, I can't say it. I'm not sure of the story, but somehow to deal with Odin and the sea, something like that. So it became that he had multi-mothers that gave birth to him at the same time. That's kind of a mind-blowing thing. But of course, his father being Odin, Odin is father of a lot of gods, as we will find out. He puts his son in that position, but we know his favorite son is Thor, which we will get to him later on. Well, anyhow, the little bit of the story I told you that I know of, that's it. Of course, I will link videos to other people and also other website stories about him that can go into more detail for you. This has been the Norse Pantheon for God Heimdall, and I hope you have a blessed day. Gotta